Hey Bruce, welcome in. Welcome in. Here it is. Oh my gosh. Seriously? $1,700. Oh my gosh. All right, let's jump in and get started. Hopefully it won't crash on me. And go. And there we are. Oh. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Josh. This is the Gaming Joy channel. Welcome back to Glenleathann. We have a great demand at the bales market. Yippee-dee-da. We have some oilseed radish planted in the field. Okay, everything's good. So, where are we and what have we done? Oh my gosh, so much has happened. You'll see that the money up there is crazy. And it turns out that having almost 1,000 cows does a couple things. It creates, number one, lots of poop. Number two, they go through food super fast. This was all full last time I looked at it. Now it's empty. Oh my gosh. Though they do have a significant amount of food. They have 889,000 liters of food, so they're okay on food. We have 3 million liters of slurry still. We're going to have to do something about that, but I think it goes up to 9, so I'm not super worried about it. Let's speed up the time to hopefully get past this rain. Let's look at the rest of the map. But welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, Bruce. Thanks for being here. And something else must be going on because there aren't nobody's here yet. Thank you for being here, Bruce. We're gonna have to mow today. Let me get the course play of courses going. All right, great job. Hey, PCS World, welcome in. Welcome in, sir. All right, so all of this, we're kind of getting to my normal tipping point on a map. And what I mean by that is this is the point in almost every map I've ever played at which I start to get kind of bored, in all honesty. As you kind of like build up your farm and get to a point where you have the equipment that you want and stuff like that, and you're always like, there's always something to, oh wait, I'm facing the wrong direction, sorry. There's always like something that you're trying to get, to, a goal, whatever. And now we do have a goal on this map, but the goal is we're not there yet. We can get there relatively soon, but And I think we're going to get there within the next year. But at this point, we don't have anything else to do except just the repeated part, right? So it's not the figuring it out part anymore. It's the repeat part where you're just running. Hey, Big A, welcome in. I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for being here. Where you're running like the same thing. You're planting your crops, waiting for them to grow, harvesting, blah, blah, blah. And which is fine. But I tend to get a little bored when there's no challenge to it anymore. When you've got all this money in the bank and you buy fields just for the sake of buying fields, and you know, the challenge is a little bit gone, right? The author intended challenge itself in some way aggravates that, because the goal is to finish off, and if the original author intended it to be challenging, then I'm gonna start getting bored before it's over. But we're gonna finish this off, and we're gonna finish it off quickly. Oops, I hit the camera button. There we go. All right, so what we're doing here, actually, nope, wrong one. Let's turn the music down because it's drowning me out. Let's look at our fields. So as you can see, I'm not in my normal place where I'd normally be. We go into our farmlands, right? This is our map. This is where we own. So initially, up until last episode, we owned up in this corner, this top left corner. We have expanded significantly for two reasons. One, for the crops that are in the fields, so that I can harvest those crops and be able to use them for the goals of the challenge. And number two, just for the sake of expanding and having a couple more big fields, so that next year when we harvest, we get all of the crops we need to finish off everything. All of the challenge goals. And we are doing, in case anyone's new, the author intended challenge, right? Which is a challenge of my own making, and basically it says to play the map the way the author intended it to be played. And starting off your first year, you only play with the equipment that they gave you. And then you go from there. After the first year, you can buy and continue what you want, but you have to actually fill up all the animal pens that you get when you start. You have to do all the productions with all the production recipes, as long as they're custom to the map, all that kind of stuff. And so for this map, Cavailier Roy customized every single production on the map, which means I have a massive checklist of things that I need to complete. And I'm at 47 out of 74, I think that's correct, of things that I've completed. And we're getting a lot closer to most of them. But right now we're struggling a little bit with the animals. So the animals are the hard part. But these fields are not for the animals. These fields are for crops to get the last few challenges done, which are mostly surrounded around the bakery. Now, the bakery on this map has a bunch of custom recipes, all of which we have to make. And so we have to kind of go in that direction. I'm gonna put this right here. And then I'm gonna have Courseplay plow this, cultivate this field. So here, great job. Generate fieldwork course. This is all stuff I can do in the rain because it's raining. No sun, just rain. Unfortunately, it's September and the sunflowers are not ready yet. I was hoping the sunflowers would be done, or the corn would be done, but neither of them are ready yet. So the only thing we have left to do is merge fields, which is always fun by itself. And then go. All right, so that guy's. So we're cultivating this field. We could direct drill it, but I actually also have to plow it. So I want to pick up those stones, so which means I have to cultivate first. And then I can pick up the stones, and then I can plow, merge fields, and then I can drill it. So that guy's going. We got lots of stuff going on. We got lots of tractors. This guy's here ready to pick up the stones once this guy is done. Last time, we did figure out that spreading slurry, since we have so much of it, is a great idea. So we got ourselves a Xerion, a black Xerion slurry spreading beast. And basically this is the same attachment that was on that other yellow one we used last time, except this one is on a Xerion with the, what's this called? 4-wheel steering, essentially, which means it can turn on a dime, which is going to be great. And so we're going to use this to spread some slurry on whatever fields we need to spread slurry onto. The other thing we're going to be doing today, which is somewhat new, and not new to me, but new to this channel and challenge, is we finally got the tractor that started it all. Now, I've played with this tractor since the beginning of Farm Sim. This is a FS19 convert that someone did. It's not the official FS version, it's my own version, with my own custom tracks and some other stuff that's a little bit more custom, but for the most part it's just the class Xerion, which is full paint schemes and all kind of stuff, which is the way I like it. This thing we're going to be using to devour some trees. So one of our goals is going to be wood chips, and we need something that can generate wood chips to collect wood chips for the challenge goals. So first of all, we're going to get rid of a lot of the, what are they called? Hedges. We're going to get rid of a lot of the hedges that are on the map. Hey, FS Dave, how's it going? Thanks for being here. Feel free to lurk. We'll be here for about 2 hours tonight. So come and hang out. We're having fun on Glenleathann. Thanks for being here. So we're going to remove some of the hedges so we can make a couple really big fields. Just because we can. No other reason, really. We'd like to create some big fields because I'm tired of the small fields and all the hedges. We're not going to get rid of all the hedges. We're only going to get rid of some of them. So here. Oh. Now, I've never used this thing for doing hedges, and it might actually not work for hedges, but I'm going to certainly try. We will see in a second. I think you have to attack them kind of straight on. Let's try. Yep. It works, but it we're not getting a lot of wood chips, which means we're gonna have to actually wood chip some trees once we're done with the hedges, which is totally fine. We're just gonna kind of zigzag back and forth through here, getting rid of these hedges one by one, and that'll clear this up to be a larger field. Now we're not going to do the entirety of this field, and we're not going to merge across the road, but these are going to both be the same crops, so I want to be able to move in between these two fields freely without having the hedges in the way. That's the goal for today. And that machine's a little loud. I'm gonna turn that down. So how is everyone today? I hope everyone's doing good. personally, I've been having a great week, fantastic week. We're having a lot of fun with that Calmlands 200 horsepower challenge, and there's up to almost 10 people doing it now from what I know. It's really great to see how everyone else is approaching the challenge, the vehicles and equipment they're choosing, and where they're choosing to start on the map. And I think everyone is actually, almost everyone has started somewhere completely different than everyone else, which is pretty crazy. Not planned at all, but it's cool. And it's also, there's been a big uptick in traffic on the channel as a result of, I believe, those videos, and which is super fun to see. We're getting ever closer to that initial monetization. Which is all thanks to you guys. Now this setup does not require this big, huge honkin' tractor. This just happens to be the tractor that I bought because I wanted to buy it. This setup can actually be done with like the Trac. If you have the Trac, like the little SKE 50, it will actually run the tree devourer and towing a small trailer behind it, and it will actually do the job. You could actually, it's better to use the slightly bigger Tracs, but the small one will work technically. And so what we're going to be doing today is preparing all of these fields for, not for planting, actually. We might plant like oilseed radish as a cover crop, because all of the stuff we need to plant that we need for the challenge are all spring planting items, and it's September. So we can't actually plant any of it until next year. Which means even though we're preparing these fields today, they're just going to sit pretty much empty until then. And so I've never actually done this before. I've never planted a cover crop. And you may have seen a quick little note as we popped into the game that I did already plant that cover crop, the oilseed radish, on one field. And I think I may go ahead and plant it on these fields just to keep them from getting weeds, essentially. And then I'll direct drill over the oilseed radish, which I think I can do when we go to plant or seed the next crops. That's how it works, right? I think. I've never used the cover crop, so I really don't know. I'm pretty sure you can direct drill over it, but I don't know 100%. So if any of you guys had any experience direct drilling with the oilseed radish, please let me know. Because I'm just kind of winging it at this point. We are not getting any wood chips at all. So the goal here is actually for the wood chips, is part of our checklist. You'll see down here on the checklist that for the BGA, we need to actually get 300,000 liters of wood chips processed through the BGA to finish off our BGA for the checklist goals. 300,000 liters of wood chips is actually not that much. It's like a couple dozen trees. Luckily, we have a whole section of trees up here that we're going to kind of clear out, and then so we can make a big field up here in the corner. Whether we do the whole section or we just do like enough to make the field bigger depends on how much fun we have with it. Yeah, I'm using precision farming, Tony. I typically play with precision farming. I actually enjoy seeing, the biggest thing, I enjoy seeing the fertilization and lime and stuff like that in the HUD, like in the mini map when you're going along. I actually like that a lot. Really? But I don't think it actually, with precision farming, from what I understand about the cover crops, I don't think it actually affects precision farming at all. And at that point, it's just wasted seed, right? Yeah, so you might as well just leave the fields empty until you're ready to plant and not waste the time seeding them, right? That's what I assumed. I did it on one field because I was tired of looking at the weeds. But I guess from what you're saying, there's no reason to do it for the rest of the fields, so we probably won't. These little... Is that a tree or what is this? It's like a root that's not a whole root or something. It's like a part of a stump. But either way, the goal here is not the oilseed radish. That was just a thought. Whether we do that or not, it's kind of doesn't matter. All right, so that is that section of hedges. And then we're gonna do the rest of this hedge just to be consistent. If I don't mind wasting the fuel, I can just cultivate instead of planting. That's a good point. I don't really mind wasting the fuel or time, but I mean, we're talking about like 5 fields that are all really big. And so any saved effort, I think, is worth it at this point. Oh, look, we have two of our task robots are done with their work. Hold on. Let's jump over and see what they're doing. This guy's done. The thing is, I bought all these fields, so now I have to like prepare them with lime and fertilizer and all that kind of stuff, so I get good yield. Which all it does is just take time. I've never actually done any measurements on that, whether the weeds lower the fertilization. I've never done any tests from that. I would imagine at some level they do, but not like completely. It's probably just a minor thing. It's totally not realistic, but I don't care. I'm gonna get the best yield off of this cornfield because it's the only one I have. Oh, I'm almost out of lime. Gotta get more lime. We'll use this guy for mowing later as soon as it stops raining. But welcome in, Tony. Good to see you. Hope the rest of your day was good. I'm gonna lose the sound for just 1 second. Our biggest moneymaker recently has been the animals and all the milk and everything else we're selling from the animals, as well as the stuff we're processing from the animals, you know, putting all the manure and slurry and stuff like that through the BGA. That's where we're getting a ton of our money right now. And it allowed us to buy all these fields and buy those new tractors and stuff like that, which is just adds to the fun. I could obviously use Courseplay to get, or auto drive to tell him where to go, but it's close enough. I can just drive it. There's been a weird thing that's been happening, and I almost fell into the trap of trying to fix it. Where a couple folks have actually posted, Bruce being one of them, that they were having problems with the Calmlands map where their mower was not returning, dumping out any grass when you mowed. And it all turned out to be a mod conflict with the real mower mod. And the first person that had it, I'm like, yeah, whatever, just a mod conflict. The second person had it, I'm like, oh yeah, someone else had this. And by the time Bruce was the third or fourth person to have the same issue, I'm like, what is going on with that mod? And so, being the clever curious Kathy that I am, I went and looked into it and started reading through the code of the mod to try to figure out like what causes it. Now, I haven't actually done any testing, so I don't actually know if my suppositions are true. But so the mod, for some reason, like every time you mow, every time you move forward, like as you drive forward, it's doing this constantly in a loop. And I don't understand how it just doesn't kill your frame rate. But anyways, it's checking to see if there are foliage, or there is foliage on the ground that you just passed over. And if there is, to get rid of it. Now, with Calmlands, Calmlands is unique in that there is a lot of the red flowers and the weed things that I think it's Aframe or something like that. I forget what it's called. They're all over the map. Those are treated like weeds in the game, but Calmlands has it coded so that if you mow them, if you mow those the first time, they won't grow back as the same thing. They will grow back as meadow. So the first time it looks great, it looks with all the colorful flowers. The second time it just grows back as the normal meadow. No big deal. And the weirdest thing about that mod is somewhere deep in the guts of it, when it's checking for weeds, for some reason it's also looking at stones. I don't get that. I wonder if that's like a bug. Like, why are they checking for stones? And then it basically says, hey, if there's stones, then you must have weeds, so just delete them. Which is super weird. Like, I don't know why they would do that. But basically the reason the mower wasn't working is because the mower also, the real mower mod also uses a flag on your work area. So like the zone in which your mower affects is your work area. And on that work area, there's a flag that says require owned farmland, which means that normally every mower has that flag set to false. The default is false. But certain mowers, like the one that Bruce was using, has that flag set to true, which I think is basically negating the whole rear mower mod, making it so it doesn't work, and causing there to be no grass dropped because it already has that property set, which is, in my mind, kind of a failure in the way the mod was written. But it's just weird that it wasn't just one person that saw this. It was seen by like 5 or 6 different people. And I literally started diving into the code, like thinking to myself, maybe I could fix this. Maybe I'd be able to figure out what's causing it and fix it. And then I'm realized, like, I don't have time for that. It's not my mod. And then I literally had to force myself to stop and not fix it. Because I knew I could, and I knew it would cause me like hours and hours and hours of time. But I didn't want to spend that time, but at the same time, I'd rather spend my time like, you know, working on the challenge myself than fixing a mod that a bunch of people are using that I don't even use on that challenge. And for all the people who like, you know, want to get rid of the bushes, just mulch them or paint over them. You don't need to use a mod that, or use a brush hog. Like, there are multiple brush hogs on Mod Hub that are specifically designed through actual using the proper, you know, stump cutter, I think it is, specialization to remove bushes. That's what it's there for. That's what those mods are there for. But using a mod that's like doing all kinds of weird logic to do it, like, in my mind, that mod shouldn't do what it does. It should just, all it should do is basically say, oh, every mower, enable the brush hog functionality, enable the brush hog specialization, which would then automatically cause every mower to get rid of bushes, instead of trying to do all kinds of scripting and math. Like, they super over-engineered that, like, logic, right? They just, why to go all the trouble to like literally calculate the pixel density and check the stone map and the weed layers and all that kind of stuff? Like, why do that in a loop, which takes up processing power, when you could just leverage a base game mechanic to do the same thing? Like, okay, good job. Yeah. I just, like, I have a mower that does all that by itself, and I coded it to do that, but it's basically a mower and a brush hog in one mower, but it does that same functionality, and that's something that I made because I wanted it. And it only existed in one other place, and I didn't see anyone else who had it, so I just did that. And that's the one I use all the time. And you probably saw me, if you watched that video, you saw me using on my first day, which was the black HD20. That specific one is my version of it, which enables that functionality. So yay. Something's blocked by an object. What? Oh, I'm blocking myself. So Richard, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Yes, I did look at the Luagate script. Yeah. I just think that whole thing, that's just, you know, and it's, the only word for that is spiteful, right? Like, if you're, just because you don't like that someone makes money from modding, like most of us don't, but some people want to do it as a living, and they want to be able to make cool stuff that maybe doesn't abide by or have to deal with Giants rules and wacky policies. So you want to, you know, release your mods on Patreon or on a private Facebook group or whatever, right? Go ahead, have fun. I fully support them doing that if that's what they want to do. It's a bummer because those mods don't go to everyone, but in some cases they're doing it because Giants doesn't allow them to do it on ModHub, and that's fine. But it just feels spiteful. Whether it's spite, as Tony is saying right there, as it's a modder who is trying to discourage other people leaking internal private mods, it's... I don't know, I feel like they're going about it wrong. Yep, PCS World, I have seen that T-Rex version. And no one sent it to me yet, so I don't have it yet. I've seen other people using it. This one is just my method using the tree devourer. I actually very much enjoy using this devourer, and because it is limited by the capacity of the devourer and the capacity of the trailer. That said, this trailer is kind of an unreal capacity. Just because I know I'm going to be trying to get 300,000 liters of wood chips soon, so I'm going to help myself be able to do it in one stream without going back and forth a lot. But yeah, that mod is super awesome. I've seen lots of people using it. I've just never got to use it myself. And it's also like a private mod. Again, back to the whole private mods thing. It's a private mod, it's not public, so I'm not gonna show off something like that in a stream. I prefer to show off stuff that people can get. Almost everything here people can get in some way or another. In most cases, I'm using base game equipment that I've modded myself for my own purposes. Like the tractor here and the trailer here, like those are all my own personal edits of base game equipment. Somebody got to where they're supposed to be. Now, I didn't check here because we're in September now, and all of the fields that I own, I haven't actually checked yet to see if anything's ready for harvest. I know there was 2 fields that I was waiting on. Okay, so this is the oilseed radish that I planted without knowing that it didn't do anything, but it's okay, it's planted. This field we do have to harvest. This is sorghum, because we do need sorghum for one of our checklist items. So we're gonna go harvest this field with our new harvester. Yeah, so PCS World, I actually know the modder who made that originally, and the one that is available is a leaked, back to the same conversation we were just having. The one that is available on a website somewhere is a leaked version of a private mod. And unless the actual person sends that to me, and I've never requested them to send it to me, I'm not going to use it because it was a private mod that was leaked without the author's consent or knowledge. And that leak, as well as others, have caused that modder to quit modding altogether and no longer provide mods for Farming Simulator. So somebody's or multiple people's negative actions have caused us to lose someone in the modding community, which sucks. Which is why I won't use it. Hey, Joshua Stewart, welcome in. First time, I believe. I don't think I've seen your name before, but welcome in. My name is also Josh. It's very nice to meet you. We are on Glenleathann, as you can see, if I actually move my camera view from something other than top down. And we are doing the author intended challenge, trying to prepare our fields for the next thing. Right now, we are getting rid of a few hedges because we're going to be merging these fields once we harvest the crops that are in the ground. The potatoes, we'll have to rent a harvester to harvest. We don't actually have a potato harvester. Those will be ready soon enough. And then next year we'll be planting this huge field in corn, I believe. Corn and soybeans are like the two top crops that I'm going to need very soon. It's okay, PCS World. Most people wouldn't know. I mean, you have to assume that, you know, if you're getting a mod that doesn't have an author's name on it or has some other author's name than the original author, or you're getting it from a scraper site of some kind, then you have to assume that that mod is not legit and leaked, because there's only like one modder I know who uses like modhub.us to release their mods. Everyone else uses their own method for releasing mods, whether it's itch.io or, you know, Dropbox on their own website, or, you know, ModHub, or using King mods themselves as the host or the link to their mods. But almost no one uses those scraper sites to actually host their own legit mods, because they're in some ways detracting from the community, because those scraper sites, the reason they're there is because every page has like 6 ad banners on it, and they're just shoving all those ad banners in your face, making, you know, tenths of a penny for each ad banner. But if they can make a penny for every page view, whether you download a mod or not, they don't really care, because by the time you actually get through the whole click here for a download link, click here for to show your download link, start download, create download, all that bullshit, they've shown you like 50 ads. And so they've made a couple cents off of you downloading that mod, at which point they've made their money, and that's their only goal. And all they do is scrape other people's websites and, you know, re-download stuff that's already available elsewhere. Which is why I tend to avoid those sites altogether. I just noticed that the door on this trailer is like kind of bent. Does it have a control? Oh, look at that! I'm like, oh, there's a little door here. I didn't know that that door opened. That's super cool. I noticed that it was partially open. I'm like, why is that partially open? I just found something new. All right, this process with this machine is super slow. See, we're going through this whole process and driving around the machine and backing up and pulling forward. When I could just get out, and if I can get away from the stupid grinder thing, I can just use lumberjack and do this and be done with it. Like, getting rid of the hedges, I think this is a much faster task than that big monstrosity that I've been messing with. Nope, no, don't do that. Yeah, see, that's easier. Whoop, nope, nope. There we go. All right, we'll use that big thing for trees, which is the goal. All right, let's take that big, huge thing and go do some trees, which I think was the reason we got it in the first place. So let's turn that off. Lift it up and head off. I didn't get to see your thing, Joshua. I'm sorry for that. Where? Hold on. Wasn't there a tractor here cultivating? Where'd he go? Did he give up? What the heck? Where's the tractor with the cultivator? Like, did he just like decide I don't want to work anymore? I think he did. I think that tractor just decided to up and leave. He didn't want to work anymore, so he just left. Had enough of this guy. All right, here. You are going to leave the liming for later. And we're going to go there. Okay, there's the mulching guy. So he was supposed to come back here. That was his job. I told him to, but he got stuck. I found out recently that if I use this mulcher on this grass field instead of rolling it, which is what I usually do, it'll work the same as rolling it, except I'll get that extra 2%. So we're going to do that next time. Right now, we're going to go deliver all of this wool. Look at this. We're just overflowing with wool. And I think it might be because we have 1,700 sheep. 1,700 sheep. Yeah, so do this. Do that one. Go to the spinnery unload point. Okay, no, that's not going to work. Cow buy point. No, wrong one. This. Spinnery unload point. And, whoops. And go. Have fun. Now, what is this guy over here doing? He's doing something. He was cultivating. Why is he over here? Oh, he's out of fuel. That would be why. He's out of fuel. So let's fill him up. You know what? Actually, I'm not going to even bother doing that potato field. I'm just going to cultivate it in. Or plow it in. I think I have to plow it in, right? Yeah. Only good thing to use for potatoes is to plow them in. We already got our potato goals done with the rest of the challenge using the greenhouses, so we're just going to plow those in. What the heck just happened? I think I caught the edge of the barn with the cultivator. Alright, where was this guy? I'm gonna go put him back in place. You were like somewhere here, dude, weren't you? Yup. Oh, look at that. Good positioning. I'm miraculously awesome. My camera froze again? What the heck? That's the third time that's happened. Let me see if I can fix it. Camera froze. Huh? Yeah, that's the that's not the camera. The camera's fine. I think that's the capture card for the camera. Because I don't use an actual like regular camera. I use a DSLR plugged into a 4K capture card. There we go. Fixed it. Thanks, Tony. I use a capture card, the DSLR, and with an HDMI cable plugged in from the camera to the capture card. And it looks like the capture card is not liking my current USB hub setup. So the capture card goes into a USB hub that's powered, but apparently it's not liking the, because that's the third or fourth time that's happened. All right. What's next? That guy's back to work. Good job. I want you to go to field 7. Wait, I think it's field 7. No, it's not field 7. It's field 24. So go to field 24. Here, field 24, wait, you go there. I don't want to drive you. So, oh, the other thing we did, you have to put that trailer away. That trailer's been blocking everybody. All right, the other thing we have to do, we have to get rid of this poop. Barley is not accepted here. What are you talking about? It's not accepted here. How can barley not be accepted at a silo? What? Seriously? What? Okay, I'm confused. That's ridiculous. Barley is not accepted at a silo? Is barley one of the things I need for this place? No. Okay, fine. You take the barley to the grain mill. Go do that and then come back. I'll get him to do some mowing soon too. This guy's done. So, oops. You can go home. Farmhouse sleep trigger, sure, go there. All right, this guy's just in here. He's not doing anything these days. This guy's also not doing anything. We should probably turn his engine off. So the other thing I did finally... Good job, auto drive. You failed at turning. Wait. Where are you going? Do I have to do everything myself? Why are you turning into a field? You should be driving out here to this road and then driving down the road. Gosh. Okay, so the other thing I did upgrade is right here. We did actually upgrade our harvester, finally, to a much higher horsepower harvester, a little bit of a bigger grain tank, And just because we were just, you know, the other one was cool because it was the hillside compensation one, which was fun, but it just struggled up the hills too much. So we got a bigger one, and then we got a new header trailer, but this header trailer has dual turning axles. Look at this. Oh, you can't see, it's just reset. But like when you're using this header trailer, if you're backing it up, like both axles turn, which is super annoying. I'm just gonna teleport over here because I don't care right now. So I'm gonna get this done. Create job, open, generate. But it's super weird because it's I'm sorry. I like the new harvester because we have a bigger header. Whoops. And it has a little bit more power. And so it just zooms through these jobs, which I like. And we're going to use all this sorghum to make sorghum flour, which we haven't made yet. And it's going to go right there to the grain mill, which the other guy is delivering to as we speak. So we'll just jump over the fence and see what he's doing, because he's probably just sitting there like an idiot. Where is he? He's not here yet. Something happened. Oh, he's slow. Oh, I forgot. Using this guy to do deliveries is a bad idea, because he's super slow. That was such a bad idea. Oh. Oh well. We'll get through it, I guess. This guy's good. He has a couple more fields to do, so he's definitely not done. Let's get him to do the next field. And of course, these are not critical at all. These can be done anytime in the next, like, 6 months. We're just doing it today because, well, it's something to do. The Saddle-trac made the grain mill unload point. Good job. Doofus. Where are we now? Great job. Open, generate. We gotta do this for all these fields. To get them cultivated so we can rock pick them and get them ready for seeding next year. And of course, there's tons and tons of contracts available, but I'm really sick of contracts at this point, and I don't need like the extra stuff or the money from the contracts anymore. So I'm just gonna stop doing contracts pretty much. All right, where's the Saddle-trac? I think the devourer on the front of this tractor is just causing it to not be able to navigate at all. Oh, look, our sugarcane's getting pretty tall. Sweet. I don't know, like the oilseed radish, even though it's not providing an effect, I like looking at that green way more than looking at like this nest of weeds. Like from a visual standpoint, as I, you know, play the game and play around my farm and do other stuff, like that just looks like poodoo. This looks like poodoo, but you know what I mean? Like, I wonder how many wood chips we can generate. Can I square this off? Do I dare square this off? All right. So the real reason that most people would use this devourer thing is this. Oops. And you're not going to, most of the time, you're not going to use it for these type of trees. Because these type of trees have a higher value if you just sell them as wood. But for like the trees that don't have, that aren't sellable as logs, like the coniferous trees, is that the right word? Those ones are much better to use the devourer on, because then they actually can turn into a real profit. And you can make a lot of money selling wood chips. I have a video that's like slated to post. I just have to finish the last edit on it, where I, just because I wanted to and because someone kind of dared me to, I wanted to see how long it would take to devour Silver Run. The whole thing. And so I used a similar setup as than this, with, but not with a trailer to collect the sawdust, the wood chips. I used one of Jose's mobile wood sell points to just auto sell the wood chips straight from the devourer. And I devoured the entirety of that map. Every single tree. It took a while. I just did it when I was bored. Like you're watching TV with the wife or something like that, and or you know, you're just trying to fill 20 minutes of time. I'd go in and I'd devour stuff. I hit save and come back later and do some more. But I actually did. I went through the entire map and devoured the whole thing. But as you can see, this is a pretty quick way to get through a whole forest. And you don't have to deal with the trees. And you can use this thing if you deal with like doing the up and down thing. Doing this and then doing that. You can use it for getting rid of the stumps too, because it has a stump grinder built in. I typically don't bother with a stump grinder and just use easy dev to get rid of the stumps. It's just faster, I guess, less tedious. But as you can see, all we did was take out this little corner of trees, and we already have almost 250,000 liters of wood chips. Now, if I remember correctly, the capacity of this trailer is 250. So the rest is actually what's in the devourer itself right now. So if I disconnect it, yeah, 250. So now let's see if this guy gets to his destination. Close that little flap because that's fun. And we're gonna go to, where is it? We're gonna send this guy to the BGA. Welcome back, Bruce. We're gonna send this guy to the BGA, to the digester, to unload these wood chips. And once he's done unloading, we've actually one more trip and we'll have made that goal. We'll probably fill up the BGA with wood chips from this collection of work, but okay, so this guy, this is such a bad idea to use this tractor. Such a bad idea. We need to get him on the mowers, is what we need to do. I wonder if... That's pretty close. You know what I'm gonna do? Watch this. This will be fun. I'm gonna back up this trailer. Now, I don't know if it's going to be easy or hard with this tracked vehicle. But I'm going to back this trailer right up to the hedge at the back of the plant and leave it there. Okay, you go starter farm. Go. Let him go do something. This guy's back. Thank you. You're welcome home. You made it. Now you can go deliver some more wool because you're going to be full in a second. Too many things. Oh, now he's full again. And of course, the spinnery is also full. Like, the spinnery... Excuse me. The spinnery is, like, overloaded. On this map, the spinnery takes 900,000 liters in, and then it processes them super ultra slow. And then it's basically keeping the Taylor factory topped up, and the Taylor factory is working, like, at a 10x or 100x speed of what it normally works, and it still can't keep up with the spinnery. Just trying to get through. Whoops. Hello. So here, you get over in this lane. Go. Okay, you're done. This guy. Actually, let's look and see if we have any silage in here. Do we have any silage in here? I don't see any silage. We're super low on silage right now. And hay. So we do need to get our mowers going. But this guy's not for the mowers. He's actually to go clear out the manure pit before it fills up, because it's like mostly full. There we go. And Yahtzee. So I don't know. I've been actually tossing around ideas. I feel like this challenge, I feel like we're going to have it done in a couple weeks. Or a couple, like maybe by the end of March. Or the mid-February, so maybe by the end of March we'll be done. And I'm kind of like, I don't know what I want to do in next, right? I have like 5 or 6 different things lined up, but I don't know what I want to do next. Like, should we do another quote-unquote challenge, whether it's one of my own challenges or someone else's challenge on the stream? Should we just do a let's play and kind of pick up a map that's kind of crazy and weird and do a let's play on another map? How's the food here? Not good. What do you guys think we should do next? I don't know. I have a couple challenges that I want to work on, and I thought would be fun to do on stream. That would be, in some ways, maybe more long running than this. But I don't know. But then again, like I don't know if that's fun to watch. Like one of the ones I was thinking of doing is I forget who proposed it. Doc Terran, I believe. He proposed a billionaire's challenge, which is basically making $250 million, which is a lot of money, on 4 different maps. 4 different types of maps: a small farming map, a big farming map, a forestry map, and then a productions based map where you're just using productions and stuff like that. or rather, I'm sorry, a mining map. And I was thinking of doing that challenge on stream or on a recorded series. I don't know which one, but I feel like on stream it wouldn't be very exciting because it's going to be just a lot of repetition. Do I have this field set up yet for Courseplay? What field is this? 25, 26. Nope. And here we go. Let's get the mowers going. So I don't know which one to do. I'll probably put it up as a community poll and see what you guys think. I'd kind of like to do something that's a little bit shorter running, honestly. If you think about it, we only do one stream a week. We only have time for that. Or rather, that's what I have time for. So doing something that's going to take a super long time might not be smart just because we'll never get anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking doing like a billionaire challenge or something like that might not be that great to do on stream just because there's no progress. So I don't know. I'm trying to think of what you guys would like to see. We could do a much shorter run challenge. There's a couple of challenges that I've come up with, like for the Poor Boy challenge. I've thought of doing that one. That would be fun. We get to play through all of Poor Boy's maps, or 3 different maps, and kind of experience those maps for what they have. Thought that'd be fun. I could do just a regular Let's Play on like I have an American map that I'd really like to do a Let's Play on, and we could do that together on stream. That one I'd like to do if we can. And actually, this is a good question for everyone. When you're watching like this kind of content, like a weekly streaming content, do you prefer like the way I've been doing it, where there's a lot of stuff that's done off stream and then we kind of focus on doing kind of multiple tasks, maybe more complex stuff on stream? Or would you like to have like it be just super continuous, where stop 1 week, save your game, and then load up at that exact point and then continue on in the next stream? Let me know what you think. I'm not sure which way to do it or which way is best. I've never done the continuous one just because I don't know how people would like it. Oh, here's something I wanted to do. I had an idea. So here's an idea. We did that whole thing where we were trying to get over the fence last time. Right? And I was thinking, instead of using that weird truck, why don't I just put a ramp in? So I downloaded a bunch of ramps. And I wanted to see if I can get a ramp that gets over the fence. That one's pretty good. Ooh, that one like drives right over the fence. I'd kind of like to just put like a ramp up on one side and ramp up on the other and just like go over the fence. That's the idea, at least. I don't know where I got all these things. Where are they? Buildings, tools, maybe? Oh, here they are. But like I was downloading these ramps, but I don't know how big they are or how tall they are. So if they would work for what I want. Where's the flattest part of land? This one looks promising. It's a good height. If I just do this, is this gonna work? It's only $1,000. And then one on this side too. This is my crazy idea. I don't know if it's gonna work. But it's $1,000, so it's cheap enough to try. There we go. Now we have a ramp to just drive up and over our fence. So we'll see if that robot thing will drive up and over our fence next time. But I think that's a pretty good idea. Because I want to mow this grass because it's just useless grass. Welcome in, Joel. Thank you for being here. We are doing crazy stuff on Glenleathann, and oh, here's my over the fence trick. Stop. All right, let's get the extra stuff. Let's zoom around, get the extra corners, and then this field is done. You can always pick up the straw later when we merge these fields for fun. We're gonna have to figure out whether that ramp worked. Now I'm excited to see that ramp worked. Because I've been trying to figure out how to get in that cow pen, because that's a big cow pen. But I think with that I can actually get the mowers and the windrower and everything else into the cow pen to be able to collect that grass. I feel like owning all these fields is going to be the death of me. Like, I feel like we own too much land or something. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it definitely feels like it's too much at this point. Like, I've gone past like a mental limit of what I can handle or remember, like all the things that need to get done. Like, I feel like I'm getting close to that limit or maybe past it. So here's my trick. Gonna get over the fence. Oh, I knew I'd catch that tree. Those trees are so annoying. Ha. There we go. Job done. Turn him off. I'll deal with putting him away later. Check on the mower. The mower's gonna he always gets stuck at this point right here because he doesn't like going outside the boundaries. He always gets stuck at this point every single time. And it's because Courseplay doesn't like to work near the edge of the map, and that hedge is literally on the edge of the map, so it's too close to the edge of the map for Courseplay, and Courseplay doesn't like it. What is going on? I thought this guy was driving to the BGA. Wasn't he driving to the BGA? Did I tell him to go the wrong place? I forgot to send it to the new destination. Go. Whatever, he's lost. It's gonna get stuck again. Yeah, I know. I know, Mr. Mower, you don't like these hedges. I get it. I don't like them either. Every time. But hopefully that's going to give us enough grass to be able to feed our animals. And I think we're probably just going to process all this grass through the farm productions and process it into silage there. And then our other field right there, the smaller field, we'll turn that into hay. And then I don't know what we're going to do for the rest of it. I might have to do grass contracts for the next 4 days. Just to get all the extra hay and silage from the grass contracts, just to keep these cows happy. I really don't know. I think I'm definitely getting to a point where I'm not selling silage anymore or delivering it to the BGA. I actually need all of it just to keep the cows fed. Like, we're at a tipping point. This guy's already done. Good job. Go back to the house. That sleep trigger is a good target for this. This guy's also done. Good job. I also thought a fun live stream that would be I don't, kind of tongue-in-cheek, I guess you could say, but I'd call the live stream fixing other people's problems. and like live on stream I'd show how easy it is to fix little problems on maps that map authors just ignore because I don't know why, they're for whatever reason. And like actually fix them, like, you know, go into Stone Valley and fix the corn straw thing, like that's just weird and people are confused about, or go on to like some of these South American maps that forget to add the right triggers to things, or you know what I mean. Like, I think it'd be fun to do like kind of a live dev thing, but also, you know, be able to show modding and show the action of it. Yeah. So yes, Jewel, we will sell the cows the absolute instant that we can sell them. But the hardest part of this challenge and the hardest goal of the challenge is going to be keeping those cows fed until we can sell them, because we can't sell them yet. And the reason is one of the goals of the challenge is what am I doing? Okay, one of the goals of the challenge is 2,000 cows. Currently, and we used to like actually sell some of the cows, and because like when we get births, some of them are male, some of them are female, because we're using the enhanced animal mod. We used to sell some of them, but now I'm just not selling them. I don't care whether they're male or female. Don't matter. Doesn't matter at all. I just want to get it done, right? And so I'm not even bothering to sell them anymore. I'm just letting them all grow up and whatever. I don't care. Because we have more milk than we know what to do with. So it doesn't matter that we're getting tons of milk or that we're only having female cows, because we have so many cows. We do have so much stuff we don't know what to do with it. Like, I have to figure out, I'm selling slurry at cost just to get rid of it, right? So like if we come over, well, this guy can start stone picking. That's a good idea. All right, let's get some stuff done. Great job. Generate. Has that no headlands? Great job. One headland? No. So let's go over and check on the cows, see how the cows are doing. Because they're alive, and they're at 100% health, so that's good, which means they'll reproduce, which is what we need. Okay. Close enough for that guy. Hi. Faster than you. Alright, here are the cows. Okay, we have... Let's look at them. These are all the ones we have. We have 896 cows out of 2,000, right? Male and female. They're all like, some of them are Holstein, some of them are Brown Swiss. Just at all different growth stages. Some of them are full value. This is the $2,000 is like the full value, 33 months old, right? So I could sell them and make a lot of money, but the goal is to fill this up. And so I would either have to come in here. Actually, that's a good idea. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to buy. Buy the cheapest ones, even though I have lots of money. This one. Okay. All right, we're at 1,400. I'll let the rest grow from like actual births, but so we're at 1,400 cows now. Health is at 98%. 0 silage. Inside the barn, we have 2.5 million liters of straw, which is going to generate the poops. In the this barn out here, for this thing, that's where we have 142. This thing is filling up with poop, so we have to sell that. Well, we're not selling it, we're just taking it to the BGA, and the BGA is giving us money for it. So that's good. That can continue. Oops. But like, this is 500,000 liters of manure. And I just emptied this yesterday. Right? So because of the 2,000 cows, it's generating so much manure and so much slurry that, you know, I'm playing trucker to no, this one. Cows. Manure heap extension. Deliver to digester. What is this? Manure? M for manure? Gosh, can't even think. Go. Why aren't you going? All right, there you go. Somebody's blocked. This tractor is getting into all kinds of problems. Why is he getting into so many problems? Hold on. This corner must be messed up. No, that corner looks fine. Gosh, I can't get my mouse. There we go. Yes, so I'm allowed to place things down if I want. So if I just need to place like some kind of manure heap, I can place a sell point if I want to, as far as the challenge is concerned. So if I didn't want to deliver stuff all the way over to the BGA, I don't have to. I can sell it. I can put in extensions to give me more room. On this map, you don't need extensions at all, just because. Sorry. I had to deal with the mower. You don't need extensions at all because all the buildings are like set up for like the cow barn and stuff like that. it's set at like 9 million liters for everything. So it doesn't ever like, you're not going to fill up 9 million liters. That said, I'm sure that I will at some point, but it's unlikely that I'm going to fill it up that quickly. So I could, yeah, of course. I could direct sell it if I wanted to. I'm sure I could write a mod that'll do it for me, but I'm trying to play the map the way the map author built it. So I'm trying to do things without adding too much stuff to the map, just to make my life easier. And like, I want to see if it's actually manageable to have a cow barn with 2,000 cows in it. I don't know. Cavailier Roy obviously thinks it's possible. Whether he's actually tried to live a year with 2,000 cows is beyond me. The cow barn, it's funny. It shows 2,000 cows, or you can have 2,000 cows, but it only shows like 50 or 60 cows. So you don't actually see them all. And because the grass is so tall, you're only seeing the adults. The kids are in here, but they're hiding. This one, he's like barely taller than the grass. So even if it was working, how are these guys doing? I haven't checked the horses in a while, but they're being taken care of. I hired somebody to take care of them. There we go. The horses are, cleanliness and fitness is all right up there. They have all the stuff they need. They're gonna need some water soon. Guess I could do that. I don't have a tractor though. I do. We'll use this tractor. Yeah, hide and seek with the cows. Yeah, for sure. And it's the same with the sheep. Like, there's 1,700 sheep in there. And so having to deliver the wool every day into the spinnery is the only time consuming part. But I mean, if you look at the sheep, right? If you look here, like, look at this list of sheep from here all the way up to here. And most of them are worth around 280 bucks. Like, those are the ones that are the oldest. But it holds 300,000 liters of food. So, but that right now only lasts 2 months. So the 300,000 liters of food only lasts 2 months for these sheep. So you have to constantly be feeding them, which is using a lot of hay and grass, which takes a lot. And so I think that one field we have, even though it's a gigantic grass field, I don't think it's going to be enough. I think some of those other crop fields that I just, bought, instead of planting crops in them, I'm going to have to plant grass in them just to keep the cows alive. Which is kind of crazy to think about. Cows and sheep, I should say. But, I mean, that's half the fun of the challenge. It's like, I didn't take on the challenge that only had 50 cows on it because, that would have been easy. I took on a challenge that had 2,000 cows because I've never actually gotten a farm up and running with 2,000 cows. And I'm up here with 1,800 cows, and it's already really challenging. Let's send him... We're going to send this guy to... Where is he going? Grain mill. Go to the grain mill. What's next? This guy cultivating is doing good. This guy is sitting here for no reason. I hate how the courseplay does this sometimes. Like, it just doesn't do what it's supposed to do. this needs to be upped. All right, and now we're stone picking. Yay. Cultivating, we're gonna have to plow at some point. The rest of the fields that we're merging are gonna be here on this side. So we're gonna, all the ones on this side are gonna get merged. So we can start cutting down these things. Gosh, who's blocked now? If it's that, I was gonna say, if it's that Xerion again, I'm gonna be pissed. That field's gonna take a long time to mow. This guy's not there yet. Oh, actually, he should have a Xerion sitting in front of him. And of course he doesn't, because the Xerion crashed again. Oh, you know what it is? That's what it is. I totally forgot to turn down the corner speed for the Xerion. So he's trying to corner it like 90 miles an hour. All right, so the Jewel, the great question. Thank you for asking. I'm gonna put it on the screen and I'll talk about it real quick. The goal of the challenge is in 5 years. There's a time limit to it. In 5 years, the goal is to fill up all the animal pens that you start with to capacity, whatever that capacity is, and to complete a full output of each recipe 24 was it? A full output of each recipe of any production on the map that was customized by the map author. So if the map author didn't customize any productions and he just used base game productions, then it's a relatively easy challenge. The beginning of it is the hard part. So the author intended part is the first year you can't buy any equipment. You can buy land if you choose to do so. You can buy like seeds and fertilizer and lime and stuff like that, should you choose to do so. But you can't buy any equipment. So the first year, the entire first year, you have to actually do everything that you can do on your farm with only the equipment that the author gives you. And if the author gives you, let's say, the author gives you a pallet fork and a front loader arm for your tractor, that means you have to pick up pallets for the entire rest of the playthrough with a pallet fork. You can't use auto load. If you had, there's a bale spike, and the only thing they give you to pick up bales is a bale spike, then you have to use that bale spike for the rest of the challenge. You can't use an auto loading bale trailer. This map, they gave us a the bale picker upper with the arm thing, right? So we've had to use that for picking up bales. We can't use any auto load bale trailers. I'm using an auto load flatbed flat deck trailer because that's the trailer that we got from the beginning of the map. So that little Bremer thing is the one that came with the map as part of your starter equipment. But since I didn't get a pallet fork, I was able to use universal auto load to be able to auto load onto that trailer. So basically you have to play with whatever the map author gives you. And I'm sure you've seen it where some authors make their maps and they very consciously decide on the equipment and everything else that comes with the map. Like what the map gives you is very intentional, right? They give you all the things you need. So if they give you cows, they also give you a TMR mixer, right? And they give you a water tank to be able to fill up tanks for water for, you know, outdoor pens, or they'll give you a harvester with a grain head. But if they don't give you a corn head, that means for the first year, you're not harvesting corn because you can't buy a corn head to go with your your harvester, because for the first year you're limited from buying anything. And then after that, you can do whatever you want. You can buy any equipment you want. After the first year, you can do contracts all you want. You can take out loans. You can do whatever, however you want to play the banking side of things. You should play with it, like if there's a custom precision farming map on the map included with the map, you have to use precision farming. Things like that. So whatever the map author took the time to build into a map, the goal is to actually use things the way the map author intended you to play with them. And that's the goal. So the goal is within 5 years, complete all of those goals, all of the production recipes, and filling up the animal pens to full. Now, where we are in this map is this is the first month of year 3. I've been playing 1 month per stream, and in the description for this map on ModHub, Cavailier Roy suggests 3-day months. So we're playing 3-day months. I usually play 1 day of those 3-day months on stream, and then I'll play the other 2 days of the month off stream, usually doing contracts. And I've been doing like literally almost every contract available on the map, just to be able to make enough money to get going. Now, if I didn't do all those contracts, I might not be able to finish it in 5 years. The ones I'm really focusing on are been the grass contracts, because there's a significant number of grass contracts on this map. Like if we look right now, they should all be available. If we look here and we go to baling, turn off the other ones. Baling, these are all baling contracts. And they're pretty well paying, but you know, you're getting a ton of extra. You're getting like 5 to 10 bales per contract extra once you complete the contract. So for all of those extra bales, you either make a lot of money selling those bales, or you get extra bales to feed your animals. But the one caveat here, and this is the hard part, and for me actually, is and then as you expand, you have to expand only into adjoining plots. So I can't go over here and say, I want field 96, because it's not connected to any field that I currently have. So if I wanted another grass field, the closest ones I have are 58. I could actually buy 58 right now, and I could use 58 as my own grass field. And then I could buy 61. But if I buy 55, that's another farm, and I'm within the rules of the challenge. I can buy another farm if I want, but that means I have to fill up all of the animal pens on that farm also. And every farm on this map has 2,000 cows, 2,000 sheep, and one other pen, either chickens or pigs or horses. And so I'd have to fill up those pens also and get them to capacity, which, like, if I can actually finish this in time, the hardest one is going to be the cows and getting that to capacity. I could buy my way to capacity right now if I wanted to. But the standard I'm holding myself to is, if I do buy my way into buying all the animals, which I can, I have to keep them alive for 6 months. So for the horses, I have to keep the horses, and I have to keep them alive with their food and their health at 100% for 6 months if I buy them. So all of the animals that are in that set of animals, they have to be at least 6 months old before I consider the challenge complete. So even if I hit 2,000 for the sheep, I need to keep them alive for probably 3 to 6 months before I sell them all. What is he doing? The auto drive on this map is set up so weird in some places. It really is. All right, let's go do something else. This guy, is this the big tractor? I think he is. No, this is a 550. So let's see if this 550 can handle the weeder. Now we haven't used this weeder yet. We upgraded from the other weeder that came with a map to this one, because this can get small and medium weeds. You see those little like spinny sharp disc things? That means we can get medium weeds with this weeder. And since the map came with a weeder and did not come with a precision farming PF spraying device, we're using the weeder. We could get the PF spraying device, but at this point I don't care. The only thing it's going to do is up my score a little bit. I haven't actually used this weeder yet. Alright, so let's go here. And what do we have for weeds? For weeds, we have the light green ones and maybe a little bit of the dark green. It's hard to tell. Maybe the dark green, so in other words, second stage. So I'm hoping this weeder is going to get them all. I don't know that it will. Great job. It's fine. Let's do 3 headlands. Generate. Ooh, you don't even have to turn this weeder on. It just goes on. And that looks like I'm getting all of the weeds. That's super good news. Well, weeding is underway. So many things going on. Let's just tab through. This guy needs to get the corners. I know in GE that making the rounded corners is not easy, but it makes doing the like running courseplay on a field really hard if they're all square. Like square field corners and hedges is like the ultimate in pain when it comes to courseplay. You're constantly, I feel like I'm constantly cleaning things up because of the hedges and the corners. Where's the... Here it is. Well, thanks for asking, Joel. Joel, how is your map coming along? I see that you're adding lots of like towns type stuff, like extra look and feel things in your tutorials you've been doing lately. How do you feel like the overall doneness of your map is? Because it doesn't really matter whether it's actually done or not. It really matters is how you feel about it. I don't like stuff on my fields either. At least I can remove these hedges. On a lot of maps, if they have like fences, the first thing I do is, if a map has fences, the first thing I do is see if I can delete the fences. And then if I can't delete the fences, I usually will go into GE and see if I can delete them in GE. And if I can delete them in GE, I just delete them and save a copy of the map for myself. So I hate playing with fences. Oh gosh, I have so much this to do. There's so many fields to do. I wonder if it'd be good to do these fields as like grass fields. Or actually, because they're mostly flat, maybe I should use these as crop fields and the other one do as grass fields? I don't know, I haven't decided. Hey Keith, how's it going? Welcome in, or welcome to lurking. Yes. You know, I didn't actually know or read till like a month or two ago those, if someone posted that googly eye thing in there, it meant that they were lurking. I didn't actually know that. I'm not hip with the emoji lingo. All right, we got 10 minutes left. Let's finish off the wood chips so we can at least get something off of our checklist. And then we'll call it, because we're almost done. I really like this cultivator. It's not very cheaty. It feels very realistic. Whether it is or not, I don't even know. But it doesn't feel very cheaty. It actually takes a good amount of power to pull. And it looks good. I obviously had to change the colors, but it looks good for the most part. Okay. Now let's go check the Xerion, see if the Xerion's back. This guy is good. Turn him off. It's only 27,000 liters of manure. I'm going to put that back in the manure pit and hope and pray that that's enough. Can I dump in here? I can't. Oh, I can. Oh, it was just doing it just really slow. Fixing a mod or two? Happens, right? We're doing that 200 horsepower challenge on Comlands, and I went into it telling myself I'm not gonna change the map. I'm not gonna change the map. It didn't last very long. I've already fixed like 5 or 6 things on that map. Really super minor stuff, but like, you know, gameplay annoyances. Like the wood trigger on Comlands, right? The wood trigger is too tall. Or rather, it's too short. It's not tall enough to actually be able to sell wood from a standard wood trailer with the wood still on the trailer. So you have to somehow unload the wood trailer just to be able to sell the wood. Like, that doesn't make sense. Not to me, at least. So I fixed it. It was also not, it didn't have wood. Like, it has a wood sell point, but it actually had, wood blocked from showing on the selling price index. Like, it just had wood equals false for the fill types. So wood didn't show up in the price table for selling woods. I've done that, Keith. I have a whole folder of 1980 or earlier mods, and I agree, you end up having to fix a lot of mods, because a lot of those old mods, the older generation stuff, so many of them are converted from 19 or 17 or whatever, and they're just subpar. So I end up, like you're saying, there's a lot of stuff to fix. But, you know, I take that as an opportunity, right? If I'm fixing a lot of mods, if I'm fixing other people's mods for whatever reason, every time I do it, I'm taking it as an opportunity to learn something new. You know, sometimes I'll learn a new way of doing something, or a new way of getting a tractor to work, or a new way of, you know, changing a setting dynamically while you're in the tractor, like things like that. Like, I learn something each time, And I've been able to then use that stuff to enhance my own gameplay or my own other versions of mods. So for me, it's a learning experience, which I think it is probably for you too. Now, if I was smart, I'd go get that 500,000 liter big rig and just park it near the field and drive this thing close to the big rig every once in a while to offload whatever's in it. No, Jewel, I have not yet made a map from scratch. I do have a few I feel are somewhat unique ideas for some maps, but I don't have the time, honestly, and for me, I'm stuck between being a software engineer, like I'm a software engineer, so I do that for a living. So I like the modding side of things kind of too much. And I also like playing the game too much. So I like creating content. I like doing these live streams, right? I like interacting with the community as you guys are kind of coming in, checking out the live stream. I love that. But because of that, I haven't actually gone to make a map at all yet. Three to 4,000 mip maps and converted textures. Well, Keith, you'll have to teach me how to do that. So I want to know how to do that too. I'm sure once you get used to it, it's pretty easy, but the big thing that I get in with the textures and stuff like that, I get like, I'll get a mod that I want to color. I'll download a mod somewhere that I want to color and change the color of. Let's say like the Gleaner, right? The Gleaner is a good example. Or not the Gleaner, the Twin Screw. Like the Twin Screw, the yellow Twin Screw, I think was not Schultz, but I forget who made that one. Anyways, the Twin Screw I love. I like it's a great mod. But I don't want it to be yellow, I want it to be black. And so I went to try to change it, and it uses a texture file instead of, you know, your typical color matte stuff. And so I couldn't change it. I was bummed. And then I like tried to figure out how to I tried to learn how to switch it from color matte, and then that meant I had to learn Blender, and then my brain shut off because Blender is just annoying. Yeah, they're usually, but not always. All right, and that's gonna be it. We're gonna get this last tree. We're not even full yet, but the trailer's full. We're gonna send this guy. He's gotta get down to the digester. Go. Hopefully he'll make it there. Yes, I'm gonna use the albedo one too. That one's another one I haven't figured out yet, Keith. Hopefully this guy will get there. Last 2 times he hasn't made it there, but you know, I have hope. I have hope. Our mower appears to still be moving, I think. Yep, the mower's still moving. He's still going. which is good. Good job, mower. He's still going. He's missing stuff every once in a while, but that's okay. We're ending with, let's look at our sheeps again one more time. Oh, we had some births. We have 1,800 sheep now. Yay. 1,800 sheep, 1,400 cows, 2,000 chickens, which surprisingly for 2,000 chickens, I'm getting like diddly squat for eggs. 2,000 chickens in these two pens. Diddly squat for eggs. And I need the eggs, like, badly. We've got all kinds of new equipment. We've got a new harvester here that still has to be taken home. And then we have a bunch of contracts to do. So we're going to probably have to do those baling contracts around the map over the next week and before the next stream. And then for the next stream, we'll be into October. What we're going to do in October, I don't know. But hopefully these sunflowers right here, whoa. These sunflowers will be ready to harvest, which is one of the things I'm hoping for. Then we also have to harvest this corn. The sunflowers are going to be turned into oil. The corn is going to be turned into both oil and flour. This map has both corn oil and corn flour. And then over here, we're going to plow in these potatoes because I don't like potatoes anymore. These soybeans are going to be able to be harvested next. This is already growth stage 6.6. We're going to harvest the soybeans. We have yet another field right here to have to do whatever with. And then we'll go from there. Maybe I plow in some more grass fields. Maybe not. I don't know what it's going to take to keep these animals happy, but maybe just doing these ones right here as crop fields and everything on the other side of the road is grass fields, and just do like a gigantic, massive, very hilly meadow across on the other side of the map. Maybe that's what we do. Who knows? But we'll see you guys next week for another episode of Glenleathann Author Intended Challenge. I want to say thank you to everyone who's to be here. Thank you to the folks who are here and in chat and participating. Jewel, thanks for all the questions and things to talk about. Helps out a lot. Thank you so much. If you're new here and you're watching this stream afterwards, we do this stream every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific time. The replays are available forever. You can watch back to see the whole series of what we've done and where we're going. And then I'll put up a poll sometime soon and we can decide on what we should do next. Should we do another challenge? Should we do a let's play? Should we fix this map? Who knows? We'll see. And we'll go from there. I'll say thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for watching. And I'll catch you next time. Thanks, Keith. Bye-bye. 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 Have a great one, everyone. Overpriced chocolate day. Thanks, Keith. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.